I thought I didn't understand why that stock was down, because I think that what matters is, in the end, they had a number that in many ways was better than Chipotle at the end of the quarter, and they're doing big drive-through, and it's not really hurting them that much that they've taken out some tables. That was a decent quarter. Look, 3M was a decent quarter because July was good, but everybody is just skeptical because you just keep thinking, wait a second, it's too good to be true. Everything seems too good to be true, given the fact what we know. And then you had, I had Leader McCarthy on last night, and they're talking about doing a package. There's going to be a package, and the package keeps the ball near the air until the vaccines. And I think a lot of us are beginning to think, wait a second, the vaccines. Can we get a little more skeptical? How does Moderna, some really nice insider sales there last night, according to Stat, how does Moderna say, hey, October? I mean, how do you get 30,000 people and figure out whether the placebo didn't do better than the real? I mean, and have it by election? By the election? Can we be a little more skeptical about what's going on with vaccines? Please.
Okay, I'll be more skeptical. I think a lot of people, though, Jim, are still focused on next year as a realistic time frame in terms of vaccines being widely available, don't you?
Yes, I agree.
Mean, maybe we'll get to some point where manufacturing begins on even what might be an FDA-approved vaccine by the end of the year, but to really be able to administer the doses that are going to be needed across the board. And there's so many other things. I mean, by the way, transporting vaccines is apparently not as easy as it might appear in some ways. You've got this anti-vaxxer movement in this country, so you do wonder how many people will refuse to take a vaccine. There are people who are going to be concerned that it has been rushed in some way for political reasons, and so perhaps may not deem it as safe as otherwise would be. So there are going to be plenty of things surrounding it, but man, do we need it as soon as possible.
Right. And Carl, a really stirring interview by Andrew Ross Sorkin with Bill Gates, where he basically just says testing's a joke, that we find out so late that you can't do anything anyway. So he portrayed a country I felt in disarray when it comes to this. I still keep thinking about the Miami Marlins. They come to Philadelphia from a state that's a hot spot. 11 of them have COVID. I mean, and the Phillies will wait a couple days, and then they're fine. I mean, are you kidding me? If you were next to someone who had COVID, you don't wait a couple of days and come back. So, I mean, Major League Baseball, the commissioner's just saying, hey, don't worry about it. Everyone's got this don't worry about it attitude. I'm worried about it because the July recovery is fragile, Carl.